Well, hello, Bear Watchers. We are all gathered here to
sneeze.
Bless you. to show you what we got from New Orleans and the cruise.
Yeah.
And then we were going to answer a couple of questions. There weren't very many questions, the question and answer thing, but we didn't bug people a whole lot. And what else were we going to do? Oh, you want to make your announcement first?
First? Okay.
Or do you want that for last to be special?
So as many of you may have noticed,
We've been alluding to it for a while.
Yeah. I guess it's not a secret that my current workplace kind of stresses me out.
Any workplace.
Because I do mention it every so often, and I've had a lot of you guys kind of cheer me on and be like, oh, don't worry about them, it's just the work. They don't care about you, so don't put all your effort into it. But anyway, like in better words. Anyway, so after we went on the cruise, or actually before we went on the cruise, I had thought about looking for better opportunities. And when we came back, it kind of solidified for me, like that's what I want to do, is to look for something else. So I started my search back in March, and I guess I'm happy to say that I have a new opportunity now.
Yeah,
so
she's got a new job.
Yeah, so I start about mid-June.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping I will become...
Not too far.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'll become a little bit less of a stressy mess.
Right.
So
less stress and more focus, because there's another thing too about it. I think you're going to try to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really wish I had more time in between jobs to do that, but it's literally going to be like... I end a job, have a weekend, and start a job.
They kind of wanted somebody fast because it's the tourist season and it's in the tourist industry. She's going to be working for Holland America.
Yeah, and I'll not be doing like guest services or anything really customer service related, like on the front end for tourists.
It's just a busy season.
Yeah, it's like behind the scenes work.
Yeah, so, trying to make sure everybody is able to get their pay during summer season.
Yeah. So you found out about that. So congratulations, Mary.
And now no more comments about this one not being able to drive yet. Now you can haul all your complaints towards me.
Because she's not going to drive. She refuses.
Well, this one needs to take me out to parking lot so I can practice.
She just needs to practice parking.
Yeah, because I'm a good driver otherwise. Maybe kind of a grandma.
You can always park in the back of the parking lot.
That's true. Just take a lot more walks.
Yeah, like you need it.
So I don't think we can do this in order.
Do we want to just make our way around or something?
Because I only had a couple of things. We could just do mine.
Should we just kind of do like cruise related and then New Orleans related?
Oh, if you want.
Kind of separate it into the two groups.
I guess. I didn't get anything from New Orleans.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really get much of anything.
I got something that she can use.
Yeah. So I got what was that was from not Cozumel. What was the night of the pirate night? It was Grand Cayman.
Yeah, Grand Cayman. Because it's like Grand Cayman. It reminds me of the tea, but it's Grand Cayman.
Oh, yeah.
Island.
So I got these for pirate night.
Yeah, in one of the cool shops.
Yeah. The big gaudy earrings.
And it's funny because we went in there because my hair was doing all sorts of crazy things.
And I did get a scarf, but I couldn't find it.
And I was just looking for a scrunchie or a hair tie of some sort because it was windy and my hair was getting all fuzzy. And then we went inside because we saw these very generic scrunchies in the front.
Right, yeah.
But then they had this whole wall of like really
pretty
fun,
ones, yeah.
fluffy scrunchies, so I got one.
Mm-hmm.
So that came from the same place.
Yeah.
So dumb thing.
And then there was another place. Did you get something from that place, Heather?
Grand Cayman.
The place where we got the pirate earrings.
Yes.
Didn't you? You got a scarf too, right?
Well,
I
I did-
You got scarves.
Yeah, I got a bandana. It's just a very flashy red-looking bandana.
Okay.
You've
You
seen
didn't bring it down here either.
No.
Yeah.
But if you
It might have been in your luggage though.
They might still be in the luggage.
watched our cruise video, Pirate Night is when they wore them.
You're
So
close
they
to the
had them
camera.
in their hair.
But I did get these for Pirate Night.
Oh, yeah. And Heather got these for Pirate Night. This is the place that had the sea glass.
So they're the manta rays with red sea glass.
Yeah.
I thought they were a fun little thing because I had a lot of red jewelry for Pirate Night.
And those look really cool in the light.
Yeah. Yeah. And at that same place, I got a bracelet, and it's got like a little turtle on the end of it. Do I have it the right direction?
I think so.
There
There we go.
turtle.
Let me look at the table.
And that's sea glass too.
And speaking of turtles, they had all these cute little figurines just on the shelves. And I was like, well, we need a turtle.
After the one I broke.
Yeah, to replace the broken one from the windowsill that came from Florida.
Yeah.
And this one's bigger,
There you go.
so hopefully he'll be less likely to break. The other one was glass. This one's more like ceramic, I guess, kind of.
Really,
Yeah.
really cool detail.
Should be a little
in there.
bit more heavy and less easily to
little
knock
more
over.
durable.
Yeah.
And at the place that we got the turtle and the 2 pieces of jewelry.
Oh, she got the dress.
Yeah, and it was.
So you seen her wear this dress
During Pirate Night.
during Pirate Night.
I
yeah.
thought it
So
gave
in a lot
off-
of the pictures.
I thought it gave off like Elizabeth Swan vibes, you know?
Yeah.
Do we
Pirates of
wanna-
the
But I
Caribbean.
wanted to show the detail. See, because it's got this beading on there.
Do we want to tell the story behind that one?
What?
That we went through like about 4 different dresses until we found
yeah.
one
And it's
that
got it on
didn't
the
have
bottom, the
problems.
sleeves in the bottom.
Yeah, because of all that detailing on the sleeves and on the bottom of the dress, there was a lot of them that had the beads actually falling off.
Yeah.
So we went through like 4 of them until we found one.
Yeah,
That
we found
one-
a really good one.
That one
Yeah.
also wasn't a bad price. If I remember, it was maybe $40, which is still kind of pricey, but all of the other ones were like over $65.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to get the one on sale in the back because it's pretty and I want to wear it. And I was like, why not? So I got that.
Yeah.
Alright, what's next?
We can do like Cozumel because I got Heather a bunch of things for her coworkers.
Oh yeah, I don't have those things to show off, but
Yeah,
I will
she got
say-
some shark teeth
tooth
and stuff.
necklaces.
Yeah, I got shark teeth necklaces, and I think that was the only like things that I can't show right now. But do we want to show the bracelets first?
Yeah, well, I bought this along with the shark tooth necklaces, and this has a little turtle on it also.
Yeah, is that
It's
your?
an anklet, and it didn't quite fit around. There was like a little tiny bit.
And that's the video I erased by mistake.
Yeah, there was a little tiny bit that
That-
just didn't reach around, and so he
Yeah.
added beads to it while we were just window shopping.
I
Yeah.
had probably, oh gosh, I don't know how many clips, but I took videos of a couple of the stores, especially this store. I took all kinds of video in there, and Mary really liked this anklet, and it was too small for her ankle.
Yeah.
So he actually took it apart and lengthened it, and I got video of him doing that, resizing it for her, and all of that footage was gone.
Yeah, all of that
I
stuff
just
was
accidentally erased it.
All that stuff was pretty pricey too, because we were on a private island and there's nowhere else to shop, so they really get you with the prices. But I was like, the fact that he did that makes it worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and did that come from there too?
No, that one didn't.
Oh, that was a
Okay.
different thing.
Oh, okay. I know where that came from.
But then
This is mine. Mine is closed.
because I bought the anklet and I bought Heather a bunch of
The
shark
shark-
tooth necklaces for her coworkers, he
He
ended
gave
up
us,
giving us
He
free
gave us a bunch
bracelets.
of free bracelets. Yeah. So we
free,
got.
but like yeah. But that
Yeah.
was cool. So we wore
So we
those
got
most of the rest of
those.
the trip.
Yeah, we did. This one's mine. This one's Heather's, and this one's Mary's.
No, mine is the green
Oh,
one.
yours is the green one?
Yeah,
Okay,
I thought it
this
looked
one-
like 4-leaf clovers or something.
This one's Mary's. This one's Heather's.
This is also one of the things that we got with the shark tooth necklaces.
Yeah, Heather got what did he call it? He called it
It was like some sort of like
A Mexican
gems kind of thing.
Something.
like a
It's like a
Mexican
hug-
moonstone almost or something.
Yeah, Mexican moonstone, I think is what he called
And Mom
it.
was like, "Yeah, it's probably just glass, but that's a cool way to like a
But
cool."
it's like holographic.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's
it
pretty
looks
cool.
cool.
Like it looks very different
or
from
not
like
glass, like
as
plastic.
you like you could definitely see it like from there. It's definitely like glowing, but the second you put it in the shade, like you can't see it that much.
Yeah, so
But yeah, it's really bright.
it
in the
looks
light.
cool. And then, I guess moving on to the cruise itself, we.
Oh wait, there was another thing I forgot.
Oh gosh.
Sorry, this was actually Grand Cayman. I forgot about this one. We got pearls.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Heather got a pearl pendant. Oh,
Yeah, pearl pendant and some earrings.
Some pearl earrings. I don't.
Yeah, it's a
She
little,
didn't take them out.
yeah, I didn't want to take them out because the clasp for the necklace part would fall off.
Yeah,
So
so we
what's
have to get a chain for her.
And those
For
all
pendant.
came. Those all came from this DI diamond store. So in Grand Cayman, I got these earrings. They were actually pretty cheap. They were only like $20 for the earrings. They
I'm
had
closest to the camera.
they had
Darn
a
it.
sale going
Yeah.
on for the Tanzanite.
That's
earrings.
the Tanzanite.
And I was like, wow, it's a good thing I waited to get some earrings in Grand Cayman because they were much cheaper.
But she got those to go with her bracelet
Yeah.
that she got.
I got this really cool bracelet, which was also on sale. So I got that for a good price too, and that's Tanzanite also.
Hey, you're gonna go to your new job.
Yeah.
All fancy.
If you've seen that video where she was trying on she had the bracelet on as she was going around the store, and they set that $250,000 gem on her hand.
I know, it was so funny. I was wearing the bracelet around. I was like, should I be wearing this before I purchase it? And he was like, stop worrying. He's like, I don't think you're going to just
my
run out of
bracelet.
here.
This isn't mine.
Well, the guy was really funny. We liked him. And he's supposed to be working in, is he supposed to be in Juneau? Or
Skagway.
Skagway.
Yeah.
He said if we're ever in Skagway to visit him. Because he was relocating actually pretty quickly
Yeah.
after that.
But we went to those stores because the diamond show that we went to, you got a free charm bracelet. Now, Heather's got hers put together, but we each got a charm bracelet, and from each one of the stores that we went to, one in Cozumel, the one in Grand Cayman, and the one on the ship, we got charms for the bracelet.
Yeah, and there were multiple opportunities to get charms because they didn't just have like one event on the cruise where
Yeah.
you get the first charm, which is the ship. They had multiple
So-
events, so if you missed one, you could still get the charm at a different
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, you had like
So
different
the
terms.
DI
That
was
was-
already on the charm,
On the part of the bracelet.
and then
The cruise charm you got for going to her little presentation.
the cruise charm you got for going on her presentation,
Yeah, the sombrero
and
was
then
from Cozumel.
and then there was a pearl
I got the pearl.
from
But those, oddly enough, didn't have like clasps or anything. So you have
it's
to
got
like,
a hole through it.
yeah, you've
but-
got to like add them yourself, maybe.
yeah. So we can get like a little ring or something to put
Yeah.
through it. It's a fairly good size hole. So we each got a set of those, and
Yeah, and I guess since we're still on the topic of jewelry, so I actually got two of these because I gave one to Heather and I got one. And the reason I got these is because when we were playing, what was the game? Bingo. We were trying to win some money, which we didn't, but it was still really fun. They make it like really entertaining to play bingo on the cruise.
it's fun.
I got a couple of these fun beverages, and they didn't have the glowing ice cubes that are supposed to come in them. So she
Yeah,
was like,
they ran out.
So
Yeah.
they gave them bracelets.
she was like, oh, well, we don't have the ice cubes, but they come with the bracelets. And I was like, that's totally fine. I like the bracelet. It's colorful. And so since I got 2, I gave one to Heather and I had one.
Yeah, it's sitting on one of my cups upstairs.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then I like jewelry, if you can't tell.
Oh,
Yeah,
more
so
jewelry.
Mary got jewelry from the store.
Yeah, which I had
And
been looking
on
at
the
since
cruise
like
ship.
maybe the first day of the cruise, and I was deciding between a few different things. I wasn't sure if I should just get earrings or just get a necklace. Yeah, this one's
Stuck.
wonky.
She
Sorry.
wore them, so.
Malfunction.
So it's a matching earring and necklace set.
Well, kind of. I mean, they match, but they don't like specifically go together because I bought them separately. There we go. I was like, what?
She's got the little
Do you see her for a second?
Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah, I know that one's probably more for like couples and stuff, for like a husband to buy his wife. But I just thought it was so cute, so I was like, well, I'm gonna get it for myself. And then I got these. Mom's arms are longer. They're little Tinkerbells. I was deciding between those and like
Tinkerbells.
I think actual like Mickey
Tinkerbells.
or Minnie, like a shape of a head with little bows. But I was like, oh, the Tinkerbells are really cute.
These are also. Mary got me these as well.
Yeah, well, I got you pretty much.
Oh,
everything.
Heather got the set. That's what it was.
Yeah, so I got the set.
she
So
got
mine is
little bows.
Minnie Mouse bows, and I ended up convincing her in a way to get them for me because I was thinking, oh man, I wish I had gotten these when I had them. Was it my plaid dress on to be like Minnie Mouse?
Yeah, they would have been really
yeah,
cute
yeah.
with that outfit. So next time,
Yeah.
But we got those at the end of the cruise.
yeah.
So
then-
next time I wear the outfit, I got that.
So
Uh,
what else did we get on the cruise?
Oh.
I have a few things.
I got Heather
Heather
quite
got
a
a
few
bunch of
things.
stuff.
Yeah. The cup first.
Yeah, so we got cups.
We got 3 of them. One
I got
for Faith, and one for
I got one with the drink of
One
the
for
day.
Mary
And-
and one for Heather.
Yeah, and Heather got a
And they light
drink
up.
too.
I mean,
And they
it's
do.
bright in
I
here
think
now.
they do have instructions on the bottom for how to change the battery, so you can change the battery
Yeah.
Yeah. I also have this.
Oh, yeah.
with the.
Yeah, so it's a lantern drink. There's like a little hole on top for the straw itself. If you want to turn it around, it does have the little sunflower from Rapunzel. Because
And
it's
that-
Rapunzel lantern.
That hook you can actually hang it from places, so it is like a floating
A little
lantern.
lantern, yeah.
Yeah, but it is a cup.
But when you get it,
You
they
can take that
put
sticker off of there, Heather.
this on top of it.
Yeah, you can actually have the choice to have this guy or not, but I chose to have him. So I have
Yeah,
Pascal.
That came on a drink, too. Little Pascal.
Yeah, he's really cute.
Yeah, so I can clip him on anything. The dogs have been sniffing it ever since like I turned it on. So yeah, it's a lot of fun with that one. There we go. Turn that on.
Yep.
So yeah, I got 2 cups. I got more cups for my cups. What's the other thing?
While she's digging, this was the popcorn canister, and it's actually big.
Yeah.
And if you buy the canisters, then you can refill them for a cheaper price.
Yeah, because at first I was like, man, this popcorn's expensive.
Yeah.
But then when I went to get it refilled, the popcorn was only like $1.99 after that each time.
$1.75 or something.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. It was not bad. I was like, well, now I know why everyone's getting popcorn buckets the first time for the
Yeah,
the
so
first show.
get your popcorn bucket right
And then
off
just
the
refill
bat.
it. And
just
what
refill it. Yeah.
we did is I would hold on to the popcorn bucket and then I'd pour some for Heather, so then she'd just ask for more when she ate her.
But I end
full.
up eating almost half of it,
Yeah,
or more
she-
than half of it.
She likes popcorn.
I
so
really do.
That's why I held on to the bucket so she wouldn't eat it all before the show.
Yeah, but another thing that we got to look into too is that they have the souvenir like cups over there by the theater. Maybe they can do the same thing like they do for the popcorn cups for those cups too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I don't know.
and then
Find
that,
out for the next cruise.
I guess if you bought that just for the first show and you plan on being on a long cruise, then you can always get it refilled at the free drink station.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I learned most cruises don't have. So if you think about it, Disney's actually pretty. I mean, the initial cost is expensive, but
You
they're
get
way more inclusive
perks,
than
yeah.
most cruises. So you
Yeah.
could do the whole cruise without paying for anything extra.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas other cruises, it's a lot harder to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been watching a lot of videos.
Right. So Heather got this guy,
Girl.
girl.
So
From
yeah,
Turning Red.
it was really hard to decide because they had a lot of really cute plushes on the ship itself. Like I really wanted to get one of the towel ones.
Oh yeah.
And I
yeah.
thought they were cute too, but because everything was going onto my card, I was like, we really gotta like pick and choose.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they had actually quite a bit Turning Red merchandise on the cruise, which I was a little bit surprised about, but it was a very like recent movie that came out. So I ended up getting a big old Turning Red plush because I can't get enough of red pandas.
Yeah, and it's cute. And then because she had it in the room, every time they made the beds, they'd set it out like on
somewhere.
the bed. Yeah.
Yeah, I always found this one was at least like on my bed, but they took my little goat and placed it on yours.
Yeah, I kept putting it on top of my blanket because I brought a blanket.
Yeah.
It was
So
one
they
of the-
kept folding the blanket and putting the goat
Yeah.
on top of the blanket.
But the goat was all like smelly. It was butterscotch smelly. So did it change the smell of your blanket?
No, I
Okay.
never noticed anything.
Okay. Did you get anything else from the ship?
I think that was it.
That was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So in New Orleans, Mary got a shirt.
Yeah, I wanted something that said New Orleans, and I had been wanting to get a hoodie the entire trip because I love hoodies. So I got this one because I seen it
Yeah,
from
it's
the
a-
outside of a store. Wait, this is the wrong one.
That's Frankenmuth. I was gonna say she didn't get a Frankenmuth shirt from New Orleans.
Wait, cut. Let me get the right one. Well, now you know I have multiple tie-dye.
She can't get enough of tie-dye.
Funny. Okay.
Oh.
You want to show them the tea while
Well-
she's?
Well, I'm not going to show the tea just yet. I'm going to show my shirt.
Oh, okay.
I got my shirt. You want to hold my panda?
No, I don't want to hold your panda. Here, I'll put the panda over here.
You can't even see the panda anymore.
Oh,
But here's my t-shirt. It's a jersey kind of thing. So I got New Orleans up in the front.
French Quarter.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
And then you got
It's a spirit jersey.
yeah, and then you got the whole like
Yeah,
Gold levels.
big one across your shoulders.
yeah. It actually goes like past my shoulders.
Yeah. I was gonna say that looks pretty big.
Yeah, it is pretty big, pretty bulky, but it doesn't look as weird as it does
No.
lying down.
Yeah, it's actually nice.
Yeah, it's really fun. I like this shirt.
Mhm.
Though I gotta be careful. I gotta wear my tank top
And
under
then
it. though.
what about your Bulbasaur too?
Oh yeah. So this, I've actually been using this quite often.
She uses it a lot.
Yeah, I use a lot of my bags.
There was a toy store in
in New Orleans.
New Orleans that was down by the French market, and they had these.
Yeah, they had a bunch of Loungefly backpacks.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Umbreon that I saw there. It's like this
Yeah,
dark type
and a lot of
Pokemon.
them were, you can't get them anymore. So
Yeah, so usually a lot of places like that, like small stores, they end up like buying the last of it and like selling it.
Mhm.
So I got this. Like this was the only one that they had sitting there on the shelf, and I was just like, "Mom, we have to go there. We have to go back. We have to get
it's
this."
even numbered too.
Yeah, it's the number to it is actually fun because the number on the back of it, 001, is actually the number that Bulbasaur is in the Pokédex. So yeah, the Bulbasaur was the first ever Pokemon, but actually, as a fact, it wasn't actually the first Pokemon design, but you know.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I brought the proper sweater. And you can't tell it's very similar to
It's
the
very
other one.
similar, yeah.
But I like this one because it says FQ for French Quarter, and then it just says established
Can I have my
1718, and it of course says New Orleans on it. And I liked it because it's tie dye, obviously, and I like these colors in tie dye: the pinks and the yellows and the blues. Yeah, so I wore this quite a lot when we came back because it was still obviously cold outside, but now I haven't been able to wear it as much because it's been warmer.
Yeah, and then And then we got the vampire book from the vampire store.
Yeah.
The vampire store.
Where you shop for vampires.
The ghost tour that we went on, she briefly mentioned this, and she was like, "Oh, it's a really good book. I suggest you buy it if you do go to the vampire store."
Yeah, it talked about one of the churches that we saw on the ghost tour.
Yeah, there's a crazy story behind that.
This lady that wrote this book, she actually stayed there.
I don't know that she stayed there, but she actually got to visit it.
She wrote her experiences.
Yeah, so she got somebody on the inside show her what is actually in the attic of this church that is now like office space. But this old it's like a nunnery, right, or something like that.
Yeah. Well, there's an attic they don't let anybody into.
Yeah,
there's coffins in there.
Wasn't there?
There's not coffins, but there's coffin-sized rectangles in the ground, like of the upstairs attic area, and they don't store anything up there, which is like peculiar for a city that has a limited space.
Wait, wasn't there one part of the story that we heard from that was the only time that anybody has actually gone up there was to fix a window?
I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, there was
a lot of lore behind that place.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stories.
Yeah. I think that was it, because she was talking about like how there was people that like the only time that they actually went up there was to fix the window, because there was something about the attic that they didn't like. When they saw the window was cracked open, they immediately had somebody come by to fix it.
Oh, that's what she said was weird. It's because in the town, everything has to be fixed appropriately. So everything is kind of like a historical area, and so you're supposed to have certain people come in and fix like anything that's broken. And she said that takes forever to get anyone out. She said the weird thing was when that shutter on this particular building broke, it was immediately fixed. And she's like, that's practically unheard of. So she's like, just thought I'd mention that. But yeah, so there's a lot of like peculiar stuff about the specific place.
Yeah, and so we're going to have to read the book and find out.
Yeah. So if you look up like the first vampires of New Orleans, it's because, well, they sent a bunch of women from overseas to New Orleans, and they all got very sickly on the way here. And when they got here, they looked like terrifying vampire ladies. So and
long nails, long teeth, hair almost looking pale.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll have to like read about that. I thought it was interesting.
Dragging other bodies off the boat.
At the vampire store too, they have a lot of like homemade, handmade things that people make that are vampire themed. And I was going to get this for my oldest sister, but I got her some other things instead. And
so now it's yours.
Yeah, and Mom was like, "Oh, that's really cute on you, and you could wear it for Halloween." So it's a little vampire choker.
Oh yeah, I guess the other
choker.
thing too that was over there that I almost got if I didn't find the Bulbasaur was they had little coffin-shaped backpacks.
Oh yeah,
those were really cute too.
Yeah,
but I don't think I would be able to wear it too often.
And then they had all kinds of teas.
Yeah, which we had tried at the cafe, which is next door.
I have it in the family-friendly mug.
Oh.
There's like a picture on the front that's like got a upside down lady in the ropes, if you can imagine. Anyway, it's called the blood tea, and it's very delicious.
It's really good.
Yeah. It's like a black tea with a number of like herbs and dried fruits in it.
Yeah, but it's really fruity, and we were like, it was so good, we've got to get some to bring back home.
I also, if you read it, it says vampire.
Yeah, the way they spell vampire is instead of with a I, it's with a Y.
Oh,
so
do
you
want to show the top of that? That was my favorite thing about these.
Oh,
they had their own specific like stickers too.
Yeah, all the tops of the teas were different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's called blood tea. It has a very specific cover.
And then we couldn't leave New Orleans without getting pralines.
I know. Pralines.
So,
like New Orleans. Pralines.
New Orleans.
Gotta use the accent.
So, yeah. New Orleans, New Orleans.
Yeah, those are so good. We actually ate them pretty quickly after getting back home. And I gave one to one of my coworkers as a gift. All of my other coworkers, I got them little like string doll voodoo dolls that they're good luck charms. So they all had little like fun good luck sayings on them.
And then last video I showed a alligator claw, and I brought one of those back for life. It's a little back scratcher.
Oh, has he been using it?
No,
Probably.
it's got like one of the claws is really sharp.
But he thought it was fun. He
thought it was funny.
We knew he'd like it.
Yeah, and then we got some T-shirts for people
for
too.
Heather's coworker.
Actually my manager.
Yeah.
I actually got her quite a few things because when I was putting down like my hours, I did kind of put like an extra day or so, or try to put an extra day just in case for like jet lag coming back. But when she messaged me kind of in the middle of the trip, she said, "Oh, I gave you another day off just in case." And I was just like, "Oh, that's so nice of her." So I like ran around trying to look for gifts, like a lot of gifts for her, because I wanted to show her how much like I appreciated her doing that.
Well,
that was really nice.
Us and all of our friends were like, "You are sure lucky," because all of us go back to work on Monday, and she got Monday off. Monday and Tuesday, I think, because her normal days off is Monday.
Yeah. So I ended up getting I got her 2 T-shirts for New Orleans because she actually enjoyed the T-shirts. She said because she's never been to like New Orleans, so now she has like T-shirts to be like, "Oh, I got New Orleans." But another thing too was I actually got her a bracelet from the cruise. It was the mermaid bracelet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it had like a bunch of charms on it. It almost looked like your sea glass one, but it was more like,
Mermaid themed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got that for her too.
I think that was everything.
Yeah, so we got quite a few little things. I actually wasn't planning on spending too much money, but honestly, like, since the cruise was already paid for by the time we had to go on the cruise, and I had been saving up money because for just in case purposes, I had a good bit of money to spend. I don't know if that's going to be the case for the next
Right.
if we, but yeah.
Yeah, and we did get things from people too. We got the leg life stuff, so you saw that. The Adventures in Miller.
Were
Adventures in
so
Miller.
handy.
They were.
Those were like the best thing ever.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to be using them on future cruises.
Because you could put your card in there. Because you use your card like a credit card for everything.
Too,
and
so
it extends, so you didn't have to take it
yeah.
off your neck. And you didn't have to take the card out of the lanyard.
Yeah.
I guess, though, the funny thing was for that one is that they only put like 2 in there. They were just like, we thought we put 3.
Yeah, there were only 2 lanyards in there.
So, but Mom and I were the only ones that had the charging cards anyway.
Yeah.
So I just need my card to get.
So I don't know if you people have been on a cruise and you have children, you know that you can
modify the cards.
You can modify the cards so certain people can't charge on them. Yeah.
Yeah, and since it was my card hooked to the account, I just, I was kind of being cautious.
Yeah.
Nothing too much against Heather.
So
I was waiting for you anyways.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything.
So we had asked if you all had any questions. So we've got a few questions. Somebody said 2 questions. What's the best and worst experiences? Best and worst.
On this cruise, what was our best and worst?
Yeah.
I think honestly the worst experience was the monsoon.
Right.
Because the ship was really swaying, which honestly wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
It was just like
I felt bad for the crew because they're all running around like crazy people trying to keep everybody, from panicking. And
the only thing that bummed me out was not being able to go outside because I was planning on spending a lot of time walking around the decks, and then we ended up having to spend a lot of that time inside.
That was the worst part. Was the 3 days we couldn't go outside because of the weather.
But it was still fun. We found things to do. I just wanted the sunshine.
Yeah.
And then the best thing would have been Oh gosh, what was like? There were so many good things.
There were.
I mean, for one thing, the shows, the theater performances, like those were amazing.
Yeah.
Like all of them made me want to cry. And then
I think the trip that we took to Passion Island.
that was like probably one of the best
Yeah,
experiences.
they said normally on a normal day there's 5 or 6 ships in,
And the beach
so
is really
the
crowded.
beach is pretty crowded.
But it was like
But
only
we were the
our
only
group.
ones.
It was so empty.
and
like,
it was a beautiful day.
Yeah, we didn't have to wait for food. You could practically just walk up and they'd serve you stuff. And then the drinks were included as well, so we could get as many drinks as we wanted.
Right.
We just kind of hung out on the beach. They took pictures of you two, and those were only like $20 for 3 pictures or something.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And yeah, so that
What
was.
did we do with those pictures?
That's a good question. We could have shown those.
Yeah.
Mom has them somewhere. Anyway, but yeah, that was like such a calm day, and then it ended up being a beautiful day too, because most people canceled their excursions, which is kind of why we got to go on this one.
Yeah.
And
they
so-
canceled our original excursion, or they didn't cancel it,
but they
they
suggested we go on a
realized
different
that
one.
because we didn't book anything else on that excursion, because it's like an adventure fun park, it
Yeah.
has like, swim with the dolphins and all kinds of, like diving and stuff, but we didn't book anything else with it.
They found fossils or something, or
It was a dig, the archaeological dig.
yeah, so they were closing the beach only on specific days of the week,
And that happened to be the day we were
yeah,
going.
so they were like, well, if you want to spend time on the beach, we highly suggest you go do this Passion Island thing. And we were like, oh, okay. And it ended up being a really good decision.
Right, yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah. So on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how would you rate your vacation?
Ooh, honestly, well, I think that the announcing my new job at the beginning of this was good because the vacation was a really nice break. Unfortunately, I was still very stressed about work because I don't want to say too much, but it just felt like people weren't happy about me going on vacation. And so when I actually did get to, when I was on vacation, all I was worried about were the people that were back home that weren't happy, which I shouldn't have been. I know, I'm ridiculous. I overthink everything. But, so that unfortunately kind of, was affecting me. But honestly, I had so much fun on the cruise. I'd say it was like a 9 out of 10. It would have been a 10 out of 10 if I wasn't just so, stuck in my thoughts about everything.
I'm glad that I went to New Orleans. I would never do a cruise out of there again. That was the one thing I didn't think that through. What that was going to look like. Because you're 9 hours on the river before you get out onto the ocean.
Yeah, so you're not seeing
So
this
it's all
beautiful
industrial
blue,
area and dirty water and
which is I mean,
And small
it didn't-
boats that are swaying.
It wasn't very off-putting to me because
we were doing so much we didn't even realize how long we were going down the river.
well then, and if you've ever, a lot of the places I'm used to in Alaska here and in our local town, we have some pretty industrial areas of town where it's the roads are mostly dirt and there's dirt flying everywhere, and my current office where I'll be leaving soon is also very dirty. So that stuff doesn't faze me that much. I'm oh, it's just a dirty river, whatever. I see this stuff all the time, so it didn't faze me that much. But yeah, now that you mention it, it's I would prefer to see more blue, shiny, pretty ocean.
But because it was 2 vacations in one, it was the New Orleans and the cruise, I would give it a 10. I had
really
an awesome
cool.
time.
Yeah.
I had an awesome time.
And oh my god, the food in New Orleans was so good.
Okay, here's a says, okay, Sherry, you went from saying no to going on a cruise to loving it when you actually went.
We were convinced.
I don't know if I would need to word this correctly, but I'll try. What changed?
Leg life.
Well, yeah.
Well, they didn't change, but they changed our minds.
Yeah, I never wanted to go on a cruise, and I've said this a million times to probably a million different people, as, you know, to me it was always, you know, a tin can on the ocean waiting to sink, and, you know, a petri dish on the ocean, and
well, that's the thing too, is that when we were like, this is gonna be our first cruise, so we'll see, and we were obviously nervous and not sure what was gonna happen. Everyone was so reassuring. They were like, there's just something about a Disney cruise that makes you feel like you're being catered to. They're like, we get off of the cruise and we're just so disappointed to be back into the real world and not have our towels folded and popcorn everywhere and, you know, like snacks and, you know, all sorts of stuff.
Right.
And I really get it now.
The people, yeah.
And it's just so magical.
That
Yeah.
was.
Well, I guess what's one thing that I'm glad to have back is solid ground.
Yeah, when we came back to New Orleans, things were definitely swaying for a while.
Oh, gosh.
I was
For a
actually
few
warned
days.
about that by
Yeah.
a friend. And I was like, well, I'm glad you told me, because no one actually ever talks about that.
Yeah, I was like, what was it? I think, thankfully, I had the 2 days off before going back to work, because for sure, like, I guess in a way I was a little bit used to being on boats because I've grown up around boats for the longest time being a kid. So a lot of people,
Michigan.
that was like another thing too. A lot of the staff, like, I think when they find out like it's your first ever cruise, they're definitely like catering to you, being like, are you okay? Are you doing all right? Do you have like what you need? And I was just like, I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was just so used to boats, but I guess afterwards I was just like, I was definitely looked like Kyle back then, swaying all over.
That's our brother.
Yeah.
I remember that from,
Yeah, and, you know, being with the Leg Life group, it was like having, you know, a bunch of extended family on board.
Yeah,
so.
we might not have spent a whole lot of time with each other, which I guess I was expecting more of that, but we did see people a lot, and it was just nice to even be able to walk by people and be like, hey, how you doing? Are you enjoying your cruise so far? So it was like having a bunch of people around, but still like not being tied down to, to having to spend the whole time with just a huge group.
Yeah. So a lot of people, you know, was the same thing. Your favorite part of the cruise, the worst part. But another one was, will you do more cruises in the future? So before we left the ship, we put a placeholder on another Disney cruise.
Yeah,
and then we booked it right away when we got home.
Our dinner mates, I guess you could call them, they were like, man, if you guys liked this cruise, you have to do that. They're like, because you're going to regret it. And then you get a discount, and you get to, you know, choose your next cruise as like up to 2 years later, so you don't have to decide right away. So they really talked it up to us, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, because the deposit on it was not bad, and you get a discount.
Right.
Also goodies.
Yeah, and then that makes us part of the cruising club. So the more we do, I guess the more perks you get, and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. So we did book the Fantasy for the Eastern Caribbean tour. So Tortola, St. Thomas, and
Oh my gosh, and the Fantasy. So one of the things that we always kind of watched from these cruise vlogs was Animator's Palette, and on the Fantasy, there's one of the dinners you get to talk to the turtle from Finding Nemo. I just forgot his name. It's not Crush, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, Crush. He's very funny. He's the one who sounds like a surfer. He's like, hey, dude. But he talks to people at their tables if you happen to get seated by one of the tables close to the monitors that show him. But I was kind of looking forward to that on this last cruise, and then I found out that they didn't have him on this ship. So I'm looking forward to it on the next cruise, and it sounds like it's going to be a much bigger ship
too. Even though
too.
they have the same restaurants, the same names of the restaurants.
They're a little
They're different themed.
Yeah. So every time, like if you go on a different cruise ship every time, it's gonna be a different
little bit different,
experience, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious what restaurants are in the fancy.
Mom sent me a whole walkthrough video. There's a lot.
Yeah.
You should watch it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Somebody said she didn't get any drink packages. I don't drink alcohol very much. I had so many food choices. Other than paying for everything beforehand, I had only spent $150 and maybe $50 in Mexico. So I have a question. What could you have done without on your cruise and still have just had as much fun?
Like, we went to the Cove Cafe a lot, and they had free snacks. We were getting lots of, like...
We were getting lots of specialty coffee drinks and
yeah,
stuff.
mostly because we wanted to try them. Also to kind of keep awake, because you're so excited to be on a cruise, you don't get, like, any sleep. And they have things, like, all the way until, like, 1 a.m. most days. So... so we really, we didn't have to get those things on the cruise. It was more like, oh, this is like fun and some like little time to relax because that's in the adult area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was like a getaway kind of.
Yeah.
And we didn't get a drink package. So did you ever figure out how much you spent on drinks?
Well,
Would it have been better to get a package? No.
I was looking at the package. The
Yeah,
package only includes wines and beers.
Oh, and we did all
and I was
the
like, I
fancy
don't like those drinks.
Fruity drinks.
Yeah, I was like, I'd rather prefer the fun mixed drinks, and the drinks of the day were all very fun. I think I tried most of them. My favorite one was the last day, though. It was like a really orange drink. I don't quite remember what was in it, but it was
like a volcano or something.
It was delicious. Yeah, it had rum in it.
Yeah, I guess in short, I also screenshotted one of the drinks that I really enjoyed on the cruise.
So she was having all the non-alcoholic drinks of the day, and every day at like either at dinner or like at like midday around lunchtime, I would try the alcoholic ones. And it's a cruise, so it's like a drink a day. I don't think that's awful, and they weren't horribly priced.
It's not like you're the one driving the ship.
Yeah,
that's
and you seen me. I don't think I spent maybe $30. At the ports.
Why are you barking at again?
He keeps seeing something in the corner. I don't think it's a bull. I think it's just leaves blowing around the corner. Just throw him back out.
Yeah, why don't you let them in? I'll let them in because they came in. Go search.
It's nice out. They don't need to be inside.
Yeah. Bean's wondering why he's out there without her. So so I think that's everything.
Yeah, because I think the only extra things I spent money on were, well, obviously at dinner, I had to get the fancy cups, and
they weren't.
There is one more thing
They
we're
weren't
forgetting.
awful because they were, they came with the drinks, so you were paying for the drink anyway.
Yeah, and so I think the most money I spent was on the fun drinks at Cove Cafe and at dinner. Oh, we did on the last night.
Speaking of drinks, they came in the drinks or ratatouille.
We both got the special straws because we were like, oh, why not?
Yeah, so we had the choice,
and it's a straw.
It was funny because at dinner, Heather was like not sure how to hold him. Hold the straw because she kept she's like, I don't want to be like holding him all weird, and I was like, well, just hold him like you're picking him up.
Yeah, that's what Mary was doing, but I was like, I need to stir my drink, so I'm just like,
yeah, she was like squishing him. That was funny.
But there was like one special drink. I think this was from Animator's Palette, was where he was coming from. There was a special drink that night, and if you ordered the drink, you had the choice that you could be able to get a straw of ratatouille. So we ended up getting the straw, and I think there was also the option that you could have it in the drink if you wanted to. We ended up doing that, so we had to wash them ourselves.
They don't put it in the drink if you want it on the side, if you don't want it to get dirty and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's always nice to know.
Yeah.
They're very accommodating, because we also learned that if you ever want anything from a previous dinner and you know ahead of time, like, hey, I think I'm just going to want this tomorrow because it was so good, you can tell your server, and then they will make an effort to make sure you have that for your dinner the next night.
Yeah.
As long as you know the night before. So I was like, that's kind of cool.
If you have any kind of, allergies, we did put.
Oh yeah, they take
We
note
did
of
put
that.
Heather's allergies down the nut allergies for next time, because they do have
Yeah, they were.
nut things
Which
in
we
some of the
actually
stuff
had
that we
to-
wouldn't have known.
We had to tell the person who
server.
booked us over the phone, because
Oh,
when
yeah,
you do a placeholder, you have to book it over the phone, so they make sure everything is like in their system correctly. And it's a good thing we did, because for some reason they had 2 accounts for Mom, and the lady was like,
Yeah.
"Oh no!" She's like, "We need to delete your old account because you are a silver member now, and you want all of your silver member perks." And then she was helping us with that, and then
And I don't know
she
why
went over
things like that
allergies.
always happen to me. I don't know. I end up with multiple accounts everywhere.
Yeah, she was like, I'm sure it has something to do with my super long name. And the lady's
Yeah.
like, yep, that's probably it.
Yeah, because my name's hyphenated.
Yeah. So yeah, that was actually a really good experience too. The lady was super nice, and then she was, she went to send the emails and it wouldn't send, and she was willing to call us back. Unfortunately, we had like some weird thing happen where we couldn't answer the phone, so we kind of felt bad for not answering.
Yeah.
But everything was worked out. We finally got the email, so we didn't need to like call back and let her know.
Yeah.
Oof.
All right.
Anyway, this is probably a long video.
Yeah. So that's it. We're gonna let you go, and that concludes all of our trip. Finally, finally, all the trip stuff.
Yeah, now that we've done it once,
We're
we'll
gonna
make sure
do it again.
Yeah, we'll make sure to get our introduction onto the cruise ship next time, because Mom was like, she was so distracted, she wasn't taking video, and then after things would happen, she'd be like, "Did you get a video?" And I was like, "What?"
Nope.
I was like, "Was that supposed to?"
Yeah,
So
we were just so
yeah,
involved with everything that was going
we were just
on.
trying to figure everything out, because
So we'll do a much better job at, doing a regular vlog.
Now we'll know better. And we've learned a lot from the people who we were with on the cruise too.
Yeah.
We've made
Yeah.
friends. They
Yeah.
have a lot of insight.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, bye for now.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Mimi, come here.
And we'll see you in the next one.
See
Not
ya.
sure when that'll be.
Hopefully
Say bye,
soon.
Mimi. Oh, don't get on the table!